If they don't, that's it. All right. Hello, everyone. It's Aziza.
Hello.
I'm the founder of EDucazia. I'm very glad that you won the prize of the 2023 mentorship program. Congratulations. And it's even more pleasant for me to mentor you for the next 4 weeks. So today we're going to go through the main objectives, the main goals of your mentorship program together. And firsthand, I would like you guys to introduce yourself to my audience. Thank you so much for accepting my recording today. Rina, would you like to start?
Yeah, sure. My name is Rina Kunishi. I am 16 years old. I currently live in Tokyo, Japan, but I was born in London, UK, and I grew up in Houston, Texas, US. And some of my hobbies include singing and playing instruments like the bass, and swimming and kickboxing. And I also am in a lot of clubs, including Debate Club, Model UN Club, and Band Club. Some of my passions include this project is one of my passions, but my goal is to eradicate slacktivism, and I want to create a business where it promotes eco-friendliness and actually takes action as well, instead of just claiming to do so. So one of my personal stories that brought me to this was when I saw some umbrellas, some lacered umbrellas in my classroom the other day, and it made me think of how many plastic umbrellas do we waste in a year or just in a couple of months with my school. And it made me think about the global effects of plastic pollution. And this is what led me to this project. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rina. Tatsuru, how are you?
I'm good. Hi, my name is Tatsuru Taguchi. I am 16 years old. I am a high schooler. I am Japanese, but I live in Vancouver, Canada. But I also spent about 8 years in total in Singapore and Thailand. My biggest hobbies are playing basketball and playing the guitar. So yeah, my two biggest interests regarding entrepreneurship are solving environmental problems and poverty. And what caused me to what caused me to be interested in these two topics are the origins lie in my experience in Thailand. So when I lived in Thailand, first of all, Thailand is I guess a developed country among third world countries, but it's still in the process of developing. So that's why in the streets you would see a lot of people living in the streets in harsh conditions, including women and children. And so that kind of created a desire inside me to help these people, to help eradicate poverty. So that's one. And second, in Thailand, tourism is like a big industry. So that's why I've been to a lot of beaches. And yeah, but in areas where a lot of tourists visit, the beaches are very, very clean. It's very, very maintained well. But in some areas where not a lot of attention is attracted to plastic waste, all these kind of environmental footprints, I guess, is everywhere. And I thought, if nobody's going to do something about this, then I'm going to do this. And I thought that in order to solve those two issues, social entrepreneurship is the greatest solution. I thought that social entrepreneurship is the best way possible in order to help solve these issues. So yeah, thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I can hear, so I'm planting my seeds, which is a great feeling. All right, so we're gonna go back to the the mind mapping, which is one of the documents I like to use. Let's see where it is. No, it's not whiteboard. You have received the PDF document, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have time to create the 3 slides for the pitch presentation and edit the document?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had, right? Did you have a meeting both together, or have you worked separately, or how did you manage your work this week?
We had one meeting where we discussed what we should do, and then we separately did the things that we decided we should do.
Okay, so you can manage your time both together. All right. Where is my Zoom? For you, oh, sir. Just give me 1 second. No. Yeah. I'm searching for the template.
Is it the whiteboard or something else?
Excuse me?
Is it the whiteboard or something else?
It's not the whiteboard, it's not the whiteboard, it's the template. Here it is. Open board, collaborating on this board with you. Okay. So you can see my screen well?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So last week we talked about the pitch presentation that you have to prepare for the 12th of June, which is a final showcase date. We don't know yet if it's a final date, but we can take it as a date for the time being. To help you with this pitch presentation, I have helped you with a mind mapping to build your ideas, to put your ideas together, to structure your ideas, okay? Especially the pitch presentation has, if you remember well what we said last week, the pitch presentation has to be something clear. The pitch presentation has to be something impactful, and the pitch presentation should go straight to the point, right?
Right.
So what we did, excuse me, can I just go up? Tatsuru, you're editing the document right now? Yeah. So
Yeah.
in the goals, we, for the 19th of May, which is today, you have worked on a video presentation, right?
Video presentation.
You did a presentation, right?
Yeah.
Because I saw it on the Dignity of Children website. So you did a presentation, and somehow the presentation you did with me today is also a video presentation of yourself. It's a biography, and it's a presentation of the program, right? So it's also something you can use. For May 23rd, we need to update the budget slide with the cost analysis of materials, which means, you know, in the big presentation, you have this cost analysis. So this, we need to talk about this today, and you will have a couple of days in front of you to reshape it and to make it clear enough for your audience. For the June 8th, we have to update your research slide with a graphic. So this one, again, it is a way to support you to make it more simple, accessible for your audience. And then at the end of those 4 weeks, we will set up future goals for the following months, September, November, etc. Since last time, is there anything you want to add in the discussion topics? Is there anything else that popped up and you want to share with me that your project is moving now in the right direction? And is there anything that is coming your way, or is there anything that you have met since last week as a roadblock or anything like this?
Yes, nothing in particular for now.
Nothing in particular. Okay, so everything is fine from your side. Okay. I put as a note that there are other areas of interest for you, such like you said, T.R.E, poverty, and what you told me last time, Rina, about helping your colleagues in your school with women empowerment projects in having the paths accessible for everyone at any time, so it doesn't feel like an additional stress when you are at school. So I just put here, okay, the directions I have given you last week regarding the pitch presentation. We together have collected 5 main ideas that your audience should know about your product. You told me it's a simple manufacturing process, and this is what we have right now, right? This is what you told me, and it's empty right here. It's a simple manufacturing process. Is there anything you want to add here? If you don't say it, if you don't write it down, just bear in mind that a pitch presentation is an oral process. You don't have to write everything you're going to say, but this is in the background. That is for you as a reminder. What you want to say about your manufacturing process. What does it mean being simple? So you're saying cheaper costs. You're adding it now, Rina, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you? Who wants to share with me?
What we mean by this? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Tatsuru, you want to start?
Okay, sure. So, we thought of some components. So in this case, what makes a product simple, or what makes a manufacturing process simple? And one main thing is that our product is made solely out of recycled plastic material. So it's made out of one single material. And then it's consisted only out of 14 parts. And then that leads to cheaper costs, which is very, I believe, beneficial for us when starting a business.
So isn't it repetitive with this part, high quality product, lower price? What do you think?
Yeah, I also agree. So I think we should move the cheaper costs here and then add something else like the simple manufacturing process allows us to create more in a shorter amount of time. So like fast manufacturing process, or
simple manufacturing process means that the process of manufacturing, of producing your product, is made simple.
Yeah.
Which means most probably you have 1 or 2 steps of recycling products, packing products, forming the umbrella. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If this is a particularity of your product, and it is a very interesting particularity to my point of view, you have to explain, like, okay, there are 3 steps of manufacturing.
Right. So how many main steps? One. So we get the PV sheets from Hamada, so we don't have to do that. So 1 is molding, and then 2 is assembling, and then 3 is packaging. So three main.
Everything is made in Japan?
Yeah. Because the recycling company Hamada that separates the solar panels is located in Japan.
Okay.
And since the materials are not super light right after they're separated, we thought that it would be better to reduce costs by having our factory close to Hamada so that we wouldn't have to carry all the heavy materials.
Okay. So 3 main steps in the process, and it's all made in Japan. There's something very handy. Everything is in Japan, right?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just going to take my cup of tea. And made in Japan means quality. So please put it there. Nice cars are made in Japan. Many good things are made in Japan. Many good skincare, high quality of skincare is made in Japan. So it's a competitive advantage.
Yeah.
Yes, I love Japan. Now you know it.
Okay. Yep. So I would say these are the 3 branches.
Awesome. Only 14 parts, meaning in the assembling process, you only have 14 parts to assemble. Okay, which is great. This is something you can explain easily. Like if I ask you, okay, I want to buy a product. Can you tell me what do you mean by simple manufacturing process, Tatsuru?
Simple manufacturing process means we only have 3 main steps, all made in Japan, and our umbrellas are going to be made solely out of 1 single plastic material, and our umbrella consists only out of 14 parts.
Okay, awesome. So make sure you explain that you are recycling the plastic. Okay, you are recycling the plastic. You're not, because otherwise it's not really helping the environment. If you're making it from plastic, it looks like, okay, you're recreating a plastic umbrella. We are using recycled plastic, right? Okay, awesome. And then about the protection of environment, life is in danger. So that's really your why. That's the purpose of your pitch presentation. So this, you're going to put it first.
Right.
Protection of environment is going to jump up, right?
Right.
Here it is. Protection of environment is your why. So I asked you last week to show me a dramatic number.
Right.
Your research, you must have a dramatic number saying, well, I found 1,000 umbrellas left like this in my school, and it's the case everywhere in Japan. We end up with XYZ numbers of umbrellas every year, blah, blah, blah. So what have you found?
So I just sent you the link to our presentation, but the shortened version. But so
Awesome. So we're
the
gonna
3 main numbers, that we found are the 6.3 billion tons of plastics considered waste
in Japan,
and then the 80 million tons of solar panels that have to be disposed of by 2050. And then the 120 million plastic umbrellas that are purchased annually in Japan.
Rina, just wait because I'm still opening your presentation. Would you like to share it? Like, I think you can share it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna you can just share it, okay?
I think I can't share my screen because we have the whiteboard.
Share your screen will close the whiteboard for everyone. Do you want to continue? Yes, just put yes, continue.
I still can't.
Oh, I think
You can. If you just
yeah,
go
we
to
can't.
share screen.
It's disabled. I think
Oh,
you need
sorry,
to enable.
multiple participants.
Yeah.
Now you can go ahead. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. This one. So this is what we have so far of our shortened version of the presentation.
Okay, awesome. So you put
So
your
this is
details, why entrepreneurship, making life easier for all, passions, period poverty. Period poverty?
period poverty is like a term that people use to describe how menstruation affects people, like people. Yeah,
Period misery.
yeah, yeah. So it's kind of how
Okay.
periods affect. It kind of intensifies all the problems that we already have.
Okay.
You know, like poverty. Yep. So we
Okay.
have here some reasons, and then
Awesome. Yeah.
this big word.
Plastic
these
pollution. I would not put plastic pollution. People know that you are going to talk about.
Right.
People know what you no. This you said. You say it loud if you want, but you don't write it down. You go straight to the point. You can remove slide 3. You remove problem up. You remove the wording of problem. Okay. Now you can extend it so I can see better.
Do we make it bigger?
Yes, just no, I cannot see the screen very well.
Oh really? Do we extend it?
Yeah. Okay. 6.3 billion tons of plastic. Where? In Japan?
Globally.
Let us be clear. Solarain is going to sort out a big issue in Japan, right? Because most of people are using umbrellas for rain and for sun, which is not the case if you go in France. We don't use that much umbrella. You know what I mean? We don't use that much umbrella culturally. Of course, we use umbrellas because we need them, but people are using raincoats. They are traveling by car most of the time. Do you really think you are solving a global issue with Solarain?
I think we should. I think for this statistic, I think we should have a smaller number that represents the actual plastics in Japan, because our business will start out in Japan, and that's the main impact that we're going to have.
That's the main impact you have in Japan?
Yeah.
Or in Asia? Okay. Tons of solar panels to be disposed of by 2050. So you are talking about the recycling of solar panels? Okay, what is the link with your project?
So our project is mainly about reusing solar panels so that they just don't get wasted and go to a landfill. And the point of this statistic was to prove that there's a lot of solar panels that need to be recycled or disposed of, because they're going to deteriorate because they were installed much earlier. And this is just to show that our product is a sustainable. Our problem is an ongoing problem that we need to solve.
So you want to recycle solar panels, and you're going to use this material for your umbrella?
Yes.
So you're not going to use recycled plastic, or are you going to use both of them?
So there's plastic in solar panels.
There is plastic in the shape of the umbrella, that you need some plastic, recycled plastic.
So the solar panels have plastic layers in them. Sorry, I deleted the slide that had that, but so solar panels have different layers, and some of them are plastic. And Hamada, the Japanese company, recently discovered how to how to make it so that the films can be divided, because before that we didn't know how to divide the different materials that we put together. So they now know how to divide it, and when they divide it, we use the plastic parts for our umbrella.
So you're not using the full materials from the solar panels. You're using the plastic from the solar panel.
Yes, because the other materials have recyclable solutions, but this plastic is so particular in use. It's not a normal plastic, and it has like UV cut and stuff. So that's why it's not easy to use it for everyday plastics, and that's why we kind of came up.
Rina, it's a very, very great idea, but I don't understand exactly what you said, the last sentence.
So this plastic that we're using, the PV plastic, is a special type of plastic that's used in solar panels because of their abilities to keep off heat and make the solar panel last longer. But when the solar panel needs to be replaced because it's too old and it's dangerous, the plastics still have that quality of cutting UV radiation and not overheating. They still have those special qualities, but it's hard to use them in everyday life because they're such a special type of plastic, and that's why we want to use them.
Yeah. So they have UV properties, and they have they are also cutting off from the heat, right?
Yeah.
So about the umbrella, because I thought you were going to use the plastic from the umbrellas that we have, which are wasted.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to use this plastic, right? Is it an idea that you use the plastic from the plastic umbrellas that are actually polluting the environment?
So the thing that we wanted to say was, by replacing those umbrellas in the first place with our product, we wouldn't have to produce so many new ones, because Japan produces 120 million new ones every year.
Mm-hmm.
So if we replace it, then we wouldn't have to make new ones. And people are coming up with solutions for recycling existing ones. But we want to stop the production.
Okay. So, the dramatic number, I think, do you know how many umbrellas are wasted every year in Japan?
So
I just did a research, and apparently it's 8.5 million tons every year.
That is your dramatic number, because those numbers are your research numbers. They're also showing that your product is sustainable, which is really good, but it's not dramatic. It's helping to sell your product. And 120 million plastic umbrellas purchased annually in Japan is also showing that you are targeting a good audience. Your product has a potential impact on 120 million people, let's say. It's incredible. 120 million?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Because it said that statistically, the average Japanese person has 3 to 4 umbrellas.
3 to 4 umbrellas?
Yeah.
Wow.
I can contest to that, because we have so many umbrellas too, but they're all cloth, like not entirely plastic. But and people dispose of them quickly because mainly because it's a cultural thing. Yeah.
Okay. Rina, Tatsuru, very good numbers, but this is not the dramatic catch. I want a dramatic catch. You are solving a big issue. Just let me take some notes. Sorry. So the number you said, Tatsuru, is a number you're going to mention to catch the attention of your audience. Okay?
Right.
So, and I just want one number in the slide. I'm going to tell you a story.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about this. So, the number of umbrellas wasted per year in Japan, Tatsuru. What is the number? You said 6 point something, right?
Plastic waste is, well, 8.5 million tons of plastic waste is being produced every year in Japan.
And how many umbrellas are wasted every year in Japan?
But it says that Japan disposes a grand total of, I'm not sure if this, yeah. It said Japan disposes of a grand total of 80 million plastic umbrellas every year.
80 million
per year, just in Japan, just umbrellas.
80 million of plastic umbrellas. That is incredible.
Because our population is like 100 something million.
How many inhabitants in Japan?
125 million.
Okay. All right. So we're going to remove those numbers, but this is what you're going to explain already. 8.5 million. This is 85 million tons of plastic waste in Japan. Among you're saying 80 million? But you're saying that 8.5 million is tons of plastic waste.
It's 80 million umbrellas disposed.
18.
Because this is tons, so
sorry,
that's a lot.
This is 18, 1-8.
It's 80, but it's 80 million umbrellas, and the 8.5 million is in tons.
Tons, sorry, yeah. 80 million tons of solar panels to be disposed of by 2050, and 120 million plastic umbrellas purchased annually in Japan. So the number you're going to put to catch attention is 80 million of plastic umbrellas are wasted every year in Japan. So you have to remove all these numbers. You keep them in your explanation. In comments below, below the slides.
Yes.
Some comments. Because now you explain to me the research and what you have done. Now I understand. I have a better idea. If people ask you a question, you can explain.
Right.
Yes. I'll just put them in the notes and then delete this slide.
Exactly. Yeah. Keep them somewhere because you need those information.
Yep.
What's the weather in Vancouver, Tatsuru?
Right now it's pretty sunny, but during the winters it's like rain every day.
And for how long have you been in Vancouver so far?
I just moved here last summer, so
okay. And
a little more than half a year, I guess.
Okay, and you're going to spend all your high school in Canada?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. All right. So you can remove all of this, delete the numbers now on the slide.
Yes.
You put 80 million. 80 million in the middle. You write 80 million.
Million. Right, million.
80 million. Which is million.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, leave it like this. You can put exclamation mark or 80 million exclamation mark.
Exclamation mark.
80 million. They're going to say, well, what is 80 million? And then you start, okay, 80 million. This is 80 million of umbrellas wasted every year in Japan. Can you believe that? This is incredible.